In this demonstration, we are going to take a look at how we might connect the OPC Classic module found in Prediktor EDGE Management Studio to an OPC Classic server. First of all, I will start the instance that I am going to use and connect to it. Then I add a module by right-clicking and choose Add Module. In the dialog box that appears, I start by selecting the Connect group on the left-hand side, and then the APIS OPC module found on the right-hand side. Give the module a name, Client OPC, and click Add. This module will act as my OPC client. In the property window, I would like to enter the name of the computer that holds the OPC server in the field Computer. There are still some actions we need to handle before we are able to connect to this server. We now have a module named Client OPC, but this one is not yet connected to a service, as we can see in the drop-down menu at the server option to the right. To be able to have a connection, we need to do some configuration on the DCOM settings on both the client and the server. I start by checking that the server is running by reconnecting the OPC server connection in Prediktor EDGE. Start the configuration tool on your server by entering dcom config in the command line in Windows. I have already created a user which I would like to use in my configuration setup called OPC user. It is necessary that the same user with the same password has been created on both the server and the client machine. We then change the logon on the needed services. Right-click the service and choose Properties. In the Logon tab, you then enter the account created for this use. In my case, the OPC user account. You should also make sure that the following groups and users also have launch, activation, and access permissions to these services in DCOM configuration security: administrators, network, network service, system, and OPC user. Remember to restart the services for the changes to take effect. Follow the same procedure for these services: APIS Hive, APIS Honeystore, APIS OPC HDA, and OPC Genome, and also the service named after your OPC server. This was a server setup. Now I will also have to do this on the client side. Start the dcom config tool and change the needed services in the same way as you did on the server. For the client machine, you will need to change the services APIS Hive, APIS Honeystore, APIS OPC HDA, and OPC Genome, and a service which is named after your instance. In this case, the name would be My Instance, as seen in Prediktor EDGE Management Studio. Again, remember to restart the services after the changes has been made. When all the configuration has been done, I should be able to connect to the OPC service in Management Studio. We start by restarting the connection to our instance. Right-click, choose Stop, and then Start again. And also select the Reconnect option on the connection itself. The connection should now be up and running. When checking in on the client OPC module, we will now see that we have all the available services running in the menu option Server on the right-hand side. By selecting the OPC server option and clicking Apply, we are now able to connect to the items in this server. Let's test this by adding some items. Right-click the Client OPC module and choose Add Items and OPC Item. We will then click Browse to open a Browse dialog, and then the button Browse again to search for signals. The signals that exist on my server will be listed and can be selected into Management Studio. When choosing the signals and clicking OK twice, they will be available in your OPC module. You have now connected your Prediktor EDGE to a Classic OPC server.